the number one player on our trade targets board is now off the board. Tyler Toffoli is going from the New Jersey Devils to the Winnipeg Jets. Working on the return, I believe that the Montreal Canadiens second round pick in 2024 is going to be part of this deal. Reminder, because of where the Canadiens are in the standings, that is going to be a pretty high second round pick. The details of this not confirmed just yet, but that is certainly well in the works. And we talked about Winnipeg right off the hop of the show about how they were deep in that winger market so far today. And look, they added Sean Monahan, and look at what they did last year with a couple second round picks, Nino Niederreiter and Vlad Nemesnikov. The Jets very much feel like this is a year to make hay, and God, that Central Division is going to be crazy. So you got Colorado, who's loaded up and changed things around. Dallas is sitting right there. I don't know who's going to be more upset with. You look at the top 6 teams in the West, and at least 2 of them guaranteed to be losing in the first round. There's going to be some teams that are just heartbroken come April.
Yeah, and these teams are all loading up. Like, they pretty much all dealt a first-round pick. Now, Kevin Cheveldayoff, a manager who has been kind of notorious, infamous in that Winnipeg market, is sitting on his hands, never doing a ton. Now you look, you get Hellebuck and Scheifele extended. You make 2 big splashes now at the deadline. Number 1 on our board is gone. Frank, we'll let you work on the return there, send you back up to the insider cam and get to Carter and Colby. Gentlemen, instant reaction. Tyler Toffoli is going to be a Winnipeg Jet. He's been a Canuck, a Flame, a Hab, and now he can cross the Jets off that board as well. Colby, what do you make of the fit?
I think it's a great fit, and I think this was a big-time move by Kevin Cheveldayoff. And you bring a guy to your lineup who can score, okay? Like, he doesn't have to have an A-plus game, and he could be sleepy for 50 minutes of a 60-minute hockey game, and he could walk out of there with a goal and an assist. This is a guy who knows how to get it done from the bottom of the circles to the net. I've always found his shot to be pretty deceptive. I know that's something Carter could probably lean into a little bit more than me, but the other thing that I love about this move with Toffoli is that, to me, it slots their lineup into place a little bit better. I think that's going to bump Iafallo out of the top 6. I think that pushes Mason Appleton down to your 4th line to really solidify that. And now all of a sudden you've got more competition in the bottom 6 of that Winnipeg Jet lineup between Perfetti, between Barron. Niederreiter plays on the 3rd line. I think he's probably pretty safe with Adam Lowry. I just think it creates a lot of balance in that lineup. That was already a good one. So I love the move. I like the fact that Winnipeg is pushing all in. We've heard the rumors about ticket sales and what could be going on there in Winnipeg. So it's a good thing to show your fan base that we are in it to win it, not to go with the cliche, Carter, but I love the move.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it sends a message to everybody involved in the Winnipeg Jets organization, their fan base, that they are in it to make a push at this, right? And this adds depth, pushes guys down that bottom 6, and everybody knows how important that bottom 6 is going to be come playoff time. And for me, Tyler Toffoli is a guy, he's not a glamorous player by any means, but he has, like you touched on, the way he can release the puck, the way he finds space, and he's nifty for a goalie, right? He's a guy that can tip pucks. He can do whatever. He finds soft areas, and he knows where to go around the net. And for me, this Winnipeg Jets team, it's a dogfight in the Central, right? With Dallas, with Colorado, there's some tough teams there, but nobody wants to face this Winnipeg Jets team with Connor Hellebuck in net. He is a guy, and they have Laurent Brossoit. This is depth and goaltending. They have depth at every position here now, and I think this is a huge trade. And like I said, it's open right now. You're trying to beef up, and it's sending a message that it's an arms race in the West to try to get out of that conference, and I think this is a great move here. I love it for Winnipeg.
Tyler Toffoli, 88 career playoff games, a handful, or a whole bunch, I should say, with the LA Kings, and then quick appearances with the Canucks, Habs, and Flames, and now getting another chance to play playoff hockey in Canada. Get ready for this. You can roll up the rim to win. It's back. And it's all for Tim's 60th anniversary. You can play on the Tim's app to win prizes. They got a daily cash jackpot of $10,000, an all-electric Volkswagen ID4, sun-soaked Hilton getaways. There's a lot you can win between now and March 31st. You can download the Tim's app to play. Let's head out to the guest line and bring in our friend Ken Wiebe. Ken Wiebe, one half of the Kenny and Rennie show, the Jets beat writer for the Winnipeg Free Press. Ken, thanks so much for doing this. I know it's a busy day. Tyler Toffoli is a Jet. Are you surprised Kevin Cheveldayoff made another big splash here on deadline?
Yeah, good morning. Great to be with you from Seattle. Not really surprised. It's what I wrote in my piece in the Winnipeg Free Press this morning. Optimal circumstances for the Jets to take a run here. They have Mark Scheifele and Connor Hellebuck in the last year before their new deals kick in with, raises in excess of $2 million. They had roughly just under $5 million of cap space. So they were looking for a guy on the right side, probably to play with Sean Monahan and Nikolai Ehlers. Kevin Cheveldayoff, sort of trying to echo his move from 2018 when they brought Paul Stastny into the picture and made their run to the Western Conference Finals. So great addition, brings championship experience, can probably bring a boost to the power play. Obviously, he's a scorer and he's a guy who plays hard and has that championship pedigree. He has connections to Sean Monahan, also Alex Iafallo and Gabriel Velarde. So the fit should be pretty smooth and seamless. And Toffoli's also a guy who lit it up against the Jets in the bubble playoff year when Montreal made their way to the Cup final.
Tyler Toffoli is a Winnipeg Jet. Kevin Cheveldayoff making two big ads, both up front in that forward group. Are you surprised there hasn't been any activity on the blue line, or do you think Cheveldayoff and company are pretty set with what they have back there?
Yeah, I think they're still going to be kicking around on a depth defenseman. I mean, they were either going to go top six forward or maybe second pairing defenseman. I could see Eric Johnson's a guy whose name has been tossed around a lot here, another guy with championship experience. We know the Jets love their Minnesota guys, and we know that Johnson is a guy who has that cup run with the Colorado Avalanche from 2022. He would be that type of player, a guy who could bring some edge and maybe be a guy that's in and out of the lineup depending on the matchup. Maybe they have some depth down in the minors with Kyle Capobianco and Ville Heinola on the prospect side. But I would expect the Jets are going to add a defenseman at some point, but probably more on that depth side. Most of their cap money probably used up in the Toffoli deal. I haven't seen if there's some retention, maybe they could aim a little higher, but I would imagine it's more on the depth side right now.
Yeah, we're all still waiting for the final details to come through on this one. This Western
one big one on that front. Sounds like I don't think that the Canadiens' second rounder from 2024 is part of the deal. So, I mean, they still have some capital there. Obviously, the first rounder from this year is gone, but a nice piece of business for the Jets if that piece is not involved. And it sounds like it isn't.
This Western arms race continues throughout both the Central and the Pacific. A handful of these teams with cup aspirations moving on from first-round picks and high-end prospects, and the Jets do not sit on their hands. You mentioned, Ken, his connection with a whole bunch of guys on this roster. Is there a spot in this lineup you think Toffoli maybe slots best?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll be riding shotgun with Sean Monahan and Nikolai Ehlers. Now, again, we're not 100% sure on the status of Gabriel Velarde. If that upper body injury that's kept him out of the lineup, it will keep him out of the lineup this weekend. Rick Bowness expected to provide a bit of an update, or else Kevin Cheveldayoff will back in Winnipeg on the severity of that injury. But I would imagine that he slots in there. Obviously, he's a guy you could bump up with Scheifele and Connor as well, given his skill set. Really skilled player that gets involved as well, and I love this move for the Jets. I mean, I thought maybe they could be aiming at Bishnevich, a bit of a younger guy, but Toffoli, checks a lot of boxes and has been such a productive player over the course of the years, and just a guy who fits really well either on that second line or the first line if necessary.
All right, Ken, the Jets beat writer for the Winnipeg Free Press. Check out the Kenny and Rennie show as well. Appreciate you hopping on for a quick hit here. Thanks, Ken.
My pleasure. Have a great day, gentlemen.
There you go. Ken Wiebe from Winnipeg and, in Seattle. Frank is ready to roll on the Wendy's Insider Cam. Frank, what do we got?
Yeah, so that return is official on Tyler Toffoli. I'm told it's a 2025 second-round pick and a 2024 third-round pick. So Tyler Toffoli going from New Jersey to Winnipeg, 2025 second-round pick, 2024 third-round pick.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Seravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.